tips on, having a social life and balancing, partying and just how does that happen at Roosevelt? And do you feel pressured or, how does it all go down?
I am such an old lady grandma. Like my Saturday nights are like I got my tea, I'm in my bed, I got my book. I'm
For
not.
real?
So don't ask me.
That's for real. That's the real story, right? It's not like you're out like raging at clubs and you're just pretending to,
No, I'm.
it's like legit. Okay.
Some of my favorite nights last year, literally the night of move-ins, I my parents took me out to dinner. We'd already moved me into my dorm. They dropped me off. They were like, "Be safe," and I was like, "Okay." I walked back into the building, immediately get stopped by a group of my classmates. Barely knew them, like had seen them on Instagram, and they stopped me and they were like, "Do you want to go to a comedy show?" And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Do you want to go to a comedy show?" And I was like, and I like looked outside at my parents pulling away and I went, "Yeah, I would love to go to a comedy show." So literally the first night, a big group of us like took a train out to the Laugh Factory and went to a comedy show. Like last year, I got the opportunity to see the Graveyard Shift at the Goodman and the King's Speech over at Chicago Shakespeare. So some of my favorite nights were spent going to these shows and seeing the art that is created in Chicago. And also, like, there's so many parts of Chicago. There's Boys Town, there's Wicker Park, there's Lincoln Park, there's everywhere. And you can just hop on the CTA and go. And it's crazy.
I did happen to be in that big group with Maddie at the Laugh Factory on move-in day last year. And I think that what's really beautiful about going to Roosevelt and like the scene of like what our Saturday nights look like, because when you go to school in a city, you get like your train card, you get your CTA pass like included in tuition. You can go anywhere at any time. Like we were at the Laugh Factory, and there are a lot of like, especially being in Chicago, like there's so many places where you can get free tickets to free shows, like she was saying. And like, yeah, some of my best Saturday nights were me trekking all the way across town, walking through an alley to get to a free show at a little theater and meeting people and talking to people and seeing cool new theater. And like literally there was one show, it was called Grey House, and we could not stop raving about it. Went 3 times, and like things like that really like hit home and that you get to do that I feel like you wouldn't get to do anywhere else because it costs money to get around.
My Saturday nights were very uneventful. I was either in my room preparing for the next week, or I was in a practice room preparing for, piano exam or something like that. My big nights were Thursday nights. Those didn't start till second semester. So like 4 of us would go to a comedy show up north. We'd go to every single week, we'd go to Taco Bell. And we'd see other performers from the theater go to Taco Bell with us. We're like, "Hey, what's up?" And they're like, "Ah!" And we got us like screaming in Taco Bell, yelling at each other,
That's
just
the best.
making our own jokes.
What's one of your late night spots that just hits the spot?
Devil dogs.
Devil dogs.
7-Eleven is a classic.
I only like Devil Dogs for their shakes.
Yes. And onion rings.
Shakes and onion rings.
If I had to pick a place, I would go to either Chipotle, of course, or Panda Express.
Okay. So you like big chain franchise, not little.
Those are typically like my late night go-tos. But if there was a place I could pick to go to every single day, I'd probably go to oh gosh, Cafecito. I would enjoy Cafecito every single day.